Well, this weekend you guys are in for a treat because not only do you have one, but two training, and it's based off of the most popular requests that we have. Now, the speaker that we have coming up, he's someone that's well known and well loved in the company. Not only is he my friend, but he is that for so many other individuals. I coined him as the original godfather of 7K. He is a man of faith. He's been married for over 35 years. He's a father of five, and without further ado, I do want to introduce you guys to my mentor, my friend, my business partner, the only individual within the Western Hemisphere who won the 2024 Ford Mustang. So let me bring back to our Zoom the legend himself, Executive Gold, Tony Hubbard. Tony, are you there?
I'm here, South American. You hear me?
Yep. Hopefully, you were able to get that downloaded.
I think I did. So what we're gonna do now, and again, hopefully you guys are still inviting, so we can get that closer to 50. If we get to 50, we may give away a coin at the very end. So we just leave it right there. But and also in the Houston area, if you got anybody in the Houston area, in about 3 hours we'll be doing a meeting at a barbecue restaurant, Rudy's Barbecue, in the west side of Houston and Katy, and we'll be putting food in the belly and doing a presentation. We're looking at for like 10 plus signups out of that. So, but that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Salamera does an excellent job as far as laying out, because we're in the process of developing a team website. Some of the things that will allow each and every one of us to have more success. One of the things I've learned in network marketing is about skills. Okay. Jim Rohn put it like this. He says, skills make labor more valuable. Self and Mr. Joseph Ladden can have this, can do the same amount of presentations, do the same amount of closing, the same amount of piquing interest. If he's developed a higher skill set, his results will be far better than mine. Jim Rohn said it best, skills make labor more valuable. So one of the books I encourage network marketers who want to be making money in this space to help you hone your skills is this book called Go Pro by Eric Warren. Now, as you can see, this is my original copy that I bought. Came out in 2012. This is my original copy. See, it's like a beat up Bible. I've taped it together several times. I got a lot of yellow notes. I've read this book at least 35 times. One of the things that Eric Warren talks about the book Go Pro, he said, skills make labor more valuable. Okay, he talks about how that if you want to be successful, make full time, six figure, seven figure income, you're gonna have to develop and hone your skills. Talks about seven skills. That if you just get good at them, you'll make full time income on a part time basis. Start mastering a few of them. Now you're looking at six figure, seven figure, eight figure your income. Of those skills, we're gonna talk about two of those today. That again, if you put them into place and follow deal, I mean, you can definitely your results will be a lot greater. And the first one we're going to talk about today, now Eric Warren calls this the gateway skill when it comes to network marketing. Get people to take a look at it, so I can already tell you what your income's going to look like. Okay, you got to be able to get people to the dance. You got to be able to get people to the. So it's a skill to just invite them. You don't just say anything if I want them to be able to come in. And I pray that each and every one of you guys in a position where you can take some copious notes. Because at the end we're going to open up for Q and A. Okay. All right. Now, there are four rules, and there's going to be 8 steps that Eric Worre teaches. Okay? Four rules. First rule is that you got to emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. Okay? And that's easier said than done, ladies and gentlemen. That's easier said than done. So many people, they stop doing it because the first couple of people you invite, they say no. While you're practicing and stuff, while you're awkward, while you're bad before you develop a skill set. You get a couple of no's in a row. Most people get, they take it personally and everything. But you got to emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. You got to emotionally do that, and that's easier said than done because none of us like rejection, and so. How do I do that? What's the fastest way to emotionally detach yourself from outcome? I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years. I still don't like to know, but it stings a lot worse because I've honed my skills and I've gotten far better as far as my invitation is concerned. Okay? But how you get there is what you lack in skills, you make up for a number. What you lack in skill, you make up for an effort. Meaning this. If I invite 2 or 3 people and 2 or 3 of them say no, it's depression. I mean, you might want to ball up in a corner somewhere in a fetal position. But if I invite 10 or 11 and just 2 or 3 say no, I don't feel it back. If I invite 5 or 6 and 3 or 4 of them say no, it can be depressing. But if I invite 15 or 20 and 4 or 5 of them say no, again, I'm focusing on the ones that say yes. And again, it doesn't hurt as much. Because in beginning, what you lack in skill, you make up for in numbers. Okay? So the first thing you're going to have to do, if you're going to be an excellent, if you're going to be a professional writer, you have to emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. Alright? The second thing, and again, this is one of the reasons why people from the outside looking in don't want to get is because people stop being themselves. Okay? You got to be your best. You got to be yourself. You got to be the best version of yourself. Um, William Shakespeare said, "To thine own self be true, and I set up besides. Thou cannot be false then to any man." You got to be yourself. Now keep in mind this, ladies and gentlemen. Network marketing is about duplication. It's not about cloning. Okay, it's about duplication. It's not about cloning. Every last one of you on this Zoom right now would think there was something emotionally wrong with me if my mentor was a 25-year-old Southern girl with a high-pitched voice, and instead of just duplicating what she does and the spirit of what she's doing, I change my voice and I sound like a 25-year-old Southern girl. I mean, they're going to say, okay, there's something wrong. I mean, whatever you're doing, I don't want to act like that, okay? So what the best thing I can tell you guys as far as duplicating other successful people, the Uri Melindas of the world, the Joseph Laddens of the world, the best thing I can give you is to learn the basics and then do you. Learn the basics and then do you. Do it within your own personality. You know how you talk to your friends. So learn the scripts, learn the verbiage, and then do you. Put it in your own conversation. Okay? I mean, because here's the truth of the matter. And here's one of the saddest things I found to be true in our society. We are all born an original, but most people die a copy. I want you to write that down. We are all born an original. Unfortunately, most people die a copy. I mean, learn the basics and then do you. Be the best version of you. One of the reasons I love, working with, Mr. Uri Melendez, because there's nobody in the company that acts exactly like you. He's the best version of himself. That's why he's had the kind of success, because he does it within his own personality. Okay? Do you, but become a better version of you. So be yourself. So emotionally attach yourself from the outcome. Be yourself. Third one is bring some passion and enthusiasm. Les Brown would oftentimes say, if you set yourself on fire, the world will come and watch you burn. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about going out there acting like your hair is on fire. No. I'm talking about you need to be excited, because why would I expect somebody else to be excited about what I'm doing if I'm not excited about it? Okay? Some people say I'm excited, but you might need to tell your face that, because your face don't really look like it's excited. Okay? So bring some passion. That's contagious. Okay? And then last but not least, when it comes to being the best inviter, not only do I have to emotionally attach myself to the outcome, let it come like the water off a duck's back. I gotta be the best version of myself. I'm passionate about what I'm doing. And then last but not least, and this will come over time. I'm talking to a leader this morning. This will come over time. You gotta develop what is called a posture. Okay? Posture. Now, posture is not arrogance. Posture is that confidence that you project to that prospect. They need to know that the train is going to go to the station whether you get on board or not. I would love for you to be a passenger. Whether you come on board or not, I'm going to become a silver. I'm going to become a gold. I'm going to become executive, presidential. I'm going to make 6 figures. I'm going to make 7 figures in this company. They need to know the train is going to go to the station whether they decide to come on board or not. I'm not begging anybody. I'm not convincing anybody. Because a person convinced against their will is of the same opinion as me. I know I have the gold brick. You gotta know that you have the gold brick. And I'm offering you a chance to have the same kind of success that we're having. Okay? So you got to develop that posture. Number 1, emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. Number 2, be yourself. Number three, bring some passion. And what I'm teaching you right now is straight out of GoPro. One of the 7 skills he talked about, inviting people out. This is the gateway skill. I got to get you to look at it. I got to be passionate about what I'm doing. And last but not least, I have to have the posture. I'm not chasing anybody. I am not in a convincing business. You are not in a convincing business. A person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. All I'm doing is sorting. I'm going to approach you about something. If you're open to it, great. I'm going to put you in front of some information. If not, I'm going to move on. I'm emotionally detach myself from the outcome. All right? So those are the 4 rules if you want to be the best in life. All right? Now let's talk about the 8 steps to being a professional environment that everyone is talking about. And again, it's going to take time. Anything will violate them, it's going to take time. Now, I'm great at what I'm doing as far as this is concerned, but I've been doing this since 2012 when this book came out. I've been honing my skills, and I'm still looking to better my best. That's for the last 12 years, putting these things in place and being the best advisor I can be. Matter of fact, I want to make sure I'm talking to the right audience. Put a 5 in the chat. You want 80% of the people that you invite to something to actually show up on a consistent basis. Put a 5 in the chat. You want 80% of the people that you invite. Because if you do what I'm talking about doing here today, and you hone your skills in that, that's the kind of numbers you're looking at. There have been dozens of times since I've been in this industry, over the last 12 years, since I've learned this art of inviting, that I've had super Saturday meetings, I've had local meetings like we're going to go today, and I've had 5, 10, 15, I've had as many as 20 personal guests, not team guests, 20 personal guests at one event. Okay? 20 personal guests. We did the lighting tour in January here. I had 20 that confirmed, and 14 show up at that event. And 10 of them signed up at that one event. Because I'm mastering the skills that we're talking about right now. Okay? So how do you invite? Keep in mind this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about from a phone call perspective. If I do this invitation part right, I'm looking at on average 3 to 5 minutes on the phone, off the phone, going to the next prospect. Here's what professionals do when it comes to prospecting, when it comes to piquing interest, when it comes to inviting. They understand, and I want you to write this down. It's better to spend 5 minutes with 30 people than to spend 30 minutes with 5 people. Say it again. When it comes to inviting, when it comes to piquing interest, it is better to spend 5 minutes with 30 people than to spend 30 minutes with 5 people. Okay? Let the large numbers work for you. Okay, so I know the 4 steps. I know the 4 rules. I always talk about the 8 steps when it comes to professional inviting. Okay? First one is, and if you get the first one down pat, it's going to be easier for you to talk to 30 people for 5 minutes as opposed to talking to 5 people for 30 minutes. Okay? Because this allows you to get on the phone and off the phone because you establish right off the bat, I'm in a hurry. Okay? What do I mean I'm in a hurry? Hey, John, I'm glad I caught you. I'm on my way out the door. John, I'm glad I caught you. I'm getting ready to go into another meeting. John, I'm glad I caught you. I'm getting ready to jump on the Zoom. So I want to establish right off the bat, I am in a hurry. Okay? I'm in a hurry. That way, when they start asking me questions and stuff, I can professionally, without being rude, say, you know what? Let's call later. Because as I told you, I'm getting ready to jump on the Zoom. I'm getting ready to, I'm going to my next appointment, whatever the case may be. The first thing is to be in a hurry. Okay? If I want to be a good inviter, I always have to have that urgency, and I'm in a hurry. Okay? Number 1, be in a hurry. Number 2, compliment the prospect. Okay, now this is for those of you who want your numbers to be better than what they are right now. Now, if you don't want, if you perfectly fine where your numbers are right now, forget about number 2. But if you want that number to go up, if you want your ratio to go up, you need to do the second thing to complement the process. Now, keep in mind, I'm not talking about flattery, I'm talking about a genuine compliment. Okay? So how does that look? So let's just say I'm prospecting Mr. Joe's life. And I want to invite him to take a look at what I'm doing. So the first two steps go like this. Hey Joe, I'm glad I caught you, man. I'm getting ready to go into another appointment. And you know what, Joe, I've always admired the fact that, and I call you Mr. Consistent for a reason. No matter what it is you're doing, I mean, you're consistent, you're doing it on a regular basis, and I've always admired that about you. Okay? Give them a genuine compliment about what you know about that person. They just say, I'm inviting somebody that's a serial entrepreneur. Hey, John, I'm glad we caught you, man. I'm getting ready to go out the door. But you know what, John, I always admire the fact that you see, when it comes to business, you always seem to have the mighty touch. I've seen you have success across different industries, so I've always admired that. So get in there, give them a genuine compliment, and then number 3, make the invitation. Think about it. All I want to know is, you open to take a look at what I'm doing on whether I'm inviting you, listen, are you doing anything with gold? Are you open to collecting gold and silver at a discount? Or right now, I'm fishing for people that want to build a team. So I'm not leading with the problem. I advise you, if you're looking for builders, I want you to write down, get what you're fishing for. I want you to write that down. Get what you fish for. What are you using to attract that person? Some people ask because all they get is customers, but you're leading with the product. And that's what you're going to get that customer. If you want to attract builders, you're going to get what you're fishing for. So what kind of invitation do I want to give if I'm looking to attract people that want to build a team? Here's my invitation. Starting again. Hey, Mr. Joe, hey, Joe, listen, I'm glad I caught you, man. I'm going to go out the door. I always admire the fact, man, when it comes to business, you've always been making consistency. I mean, I've never seen you be lazy about anything. You're always hard at it. And so, listen, Joe, outside of what you're doing right now, are you open to another task? Listen, Joe, outside of what you're doing now, are you open to an additional stream of revenue? I'm making that limitation. I'm offering something out there that all of the different Joe is let you know. That's it. And you know what? If Joe said, no, I'm not going to do no cash flow, I don't need step 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't need that. I take it back. I don't need step 4, 5, 6, and 7. Because if Joe says go, I'm jumping straight to number 8 and I'm getting out the phone. I'm not going to convince you. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. The goal is to increase the team. Next year, about another 12 hours a week. Okay? Last I checked, 330 million plus people in the United States. That's close to 8 million people on the planet. I can find a few people that want to make extra money. So if he says he's not open to another cash flow, he's not open to another stream of revenue, I'm jumping straight to hey, listen, again, I'm glad we was able to catch up, Joe. Let's talk to you. I am not in the convincing business. You are not in the convincing business. You got to understand that. A person convinced against their will is of the same opinion as you. When I extended the invitation, I'm looking for one or two words. Yes or no. And I'm going to say either way. Okay? That's all I'm looking for. I can take a yes, I can take a no, or maybe I ain't going to do it. Okay? I just want to know, are you open to another stream of revenue? Are you open to another cash flow? Do you have income producing, do you have income protection? Whatever the case may be. You have income insurance, whatever the case may be. Whatever your business question is, I'm only going to go to step 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and Joe's answer is yes. Here's the thing about yes, I'm jumping straight to 8. I'm getting on the phone. It's okay. I may revisit them 6 months later. So I know things change in people's lives. One of the books I recently bought by Bruce Feiler, he said life is in the transitions. And what he said, the reason why, of the 500 some people who sponsored 7K in the last 8 years, some of the people I approached year 1. And things was going real good for them. 7K wasn't attractive in the first couple of years. They were only making $1,000 a week for the first couple of years. Some of the people I approached again, year 3. Things were still going good for them. They went on. Some of the people I approached year 4, and they came on board. Some of the people, like Mr. Scott Zucker, one of my gold associates, he was the first gold that took me to the executive role. I approached him year 1, 2016. Scott didn't come on until the latter part of 2021. Okay? But I didn't know things had changed in his life from one year to the next. So I didn't let that stop me, but again, every time he said he wasn't open, I didn't go through the rest of the stuff. Got off the phone, hey, let's talk again in a few months, whatever the case may be. Next time I'm in town, let's talk. Okay? So you make the invitation. Step 3, you make the invitation. Number 1, be in a hurry. Number 2, compliment the prospect. Number 3, make the invitation. And then, everywhere he said, this phrase has made him more money than any other phrase he's ever used in his 25-year career where he made over $15 million. If I would you. I want to get real good and utilize that phrase. If I would you. Because once you give people something, if I do this, you do that, then they're more compelled to move to action. If I would you. So let's say I ask Joe, listen, Joe, outside of what you're currently doing now, you're open to another stream of revenue. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm always looking to make more money. Okay, great. So listen, Joe, don't have a lot of time to get into detail. Like I said, I'm ready to go on to another Zoom. But if I send you a video, what you watch? If I send you a couple of videos, what you watch? If I would you. You say, yeah, I watch the video. Okay. Alright, so then, step 5 is confirmation number 1. Get the commitment. Okay, so yeah, I said, but Joe, what do you think you take a look at? He said, man, I probably watch it tonight. That's confirmation number 1. Alright, so confirmation number 2. So if I call you tomorrow, you would have watched it for sure. No problem. Okay, so what's the best time for me to call you tomorrow? After you watch the video, so call me at 3 o'clock. Okay, great. So I'm at step number 7. Scheduling the exposure. And then step 8, getting off the phone. You get this kind of thing down, package down. Look at 3 to 5 minutes. On the phone, off the phone, going to the next process. On the phone, off the phone, going to the next process. I can tell you right now, some of you are frustrated because you may go through this process simply, but you're on for 15 minutes. You're on for 20 minutes. You're on for 30 minutes. And when you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you went to the convincing mode, you went to the presentation mode. And all I want you to do is just get good at inviting people to come and take a look at what you're doing. Invite them and let the video do its work. Invite them, let the preview do its work. One of the best illustrations I saw, and I'm using it over and over again, a couple of years ago when we had the leadership conference, Medina Thompson did an excellent job about showing the preview of the movie. And that's something we all do. If we look back on our history, like I took my daughters last week to see the movie. One of my daughters wanted to see a story about Pharrell, and they were with Legos and stuff, you know. And with my daughter, she had seen the preview, so Daddy took them to see the movie. Okay? But if you get good at doing that, you make the right invitation. The invitation is for them to see the preview before they ever see the movie. You schedule the next exposure so they can see the movie. What's the preview? The 2-minute video. What's the preview? The 21-minute video. That's the preview. That's what I want you to see the first time. And then on the next exposure is when I'm setting you up to see the movie. And the movie, the way I teach it is this: a live presentation. That's the movie. That's whether they get on a Zoom like they were today, whether they get one-on-one at a Starbucks or from their bread, whether they, this is, in a couple of hours, we're going to be at Rudy's Barbecue, maybe 4 to 6. That could be the movie for some, but whatever the case may be. But make sure you're doing these steps before they see the movie. Number one, be in a hurry. Okay, so I'm going to go through this whole process. Joseph Black is going to be my prospect. I'm going to go through this whole process. And again, at the end, I'm going to open up. Anybody got any questions, comments, add, take away. And the bottom line, the only way you're going to get good at this is keep doing practice. Practice until you perfect. So I'm going to go through this whole deal with Mr. Joseph Black. Matter of fact, Salamander is real available. Joseph Black, Salamander, if you want to get out, unmute yourself. There's no replay on this. You're going to get a prospect. I'm getting a person prospecting you. I'm going to get this step. And everyone will teach you. And I want you guys to go. I'm going to let you out there. Stop.
Sorry about that.
Okay, the next step. Be in a hurry, compliment the process, make the invitation, get fired with you. Confirmation number 1, number 2, number 3, get out of the phone. Okay, me and Salamander are going to role play on that real quickly. And then we're going to go to the second part of the training. The second part of the training is on handling objections. Okay, that's a lot of part of the process. You only get to the objection part if you do this part. You should be handling objections a lot more if you do this. You perfect this particular part on the gateway skill on limitation. Okay? Alright, so Salamander is my prospect. Alright, so let's just role play. So I call you up, ring. Salamander?
Hey, it is.
Hey, listen, I'm glad I called you, Salamander. I'm getting ready to jump on the Zoom in a few minutes. But listen, Salamander, it's a business call. And I've always admired the fact that in the short time I've known you, you've been a serial entrepreneur. I've noticed you support charities. I appreciate the fact that you serve the country. So I got a question for you. Outside of what you're currently doing right now, are you open to another stream of revenue?
Yeah, I'm curious. Sure. I mean,
well, listen, again, I don't have a lot of time to go into details. Just so you can get a good glimpse of what it is I'm doing. If I send you a couple of videos, would you watch?
A couple of videos?
Just a couple of short videos.
Is that going to take a lot of time?
A couple of short videos, both of them less than 20 minutes.
Sure, I could do that. Yeah.
Okay, so I know you've been busy, so what do you think you take a look at this?
Probably not till 5 o'clock this afternoon. Would that work for you? Will you send it to me then?
Okay, so if I call you tomorrow, say after 12, you'll watch it for sure.
Are you able to send me a reminder? I can do that? Sure.
Absolutely. What's the best time to call you tomorrow after 12? What time works for you?
1 p.m. would be best.
1 p.m.? Okay. Is this the best number to reach you on?
Yes, it is.
All right, Salamander, listen, I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Have a great day and enjoy your shopping.
Hey, thank you.
Then I'm getting off the phone. I mean, some of you, y'all go through steps number 1 through 7, and then instead of instead of going to step 8 and getting out the phone, you relax and say, hey, you know, hey, how your children doing? When the next time we're going to do a show? Okay, that's, again, if I'm going to be a professional inviter, get out the phone. You already told Sally Mary, I'm in a hurry. Get ready to jump on the Zoom. We can talk about the kids later. We can talk about whatever project she's doing later. 3 to 5 minutes on the phone, off the phone, go to the next process. Okay? Alright? Now, let me stop sharing my screen. And let's talk about the other training that we were asked about. You guys asked for, and that's handling objections. Okay? Handling objections. Alright, good deal. For the two of the chat, you can see my screen. Sally Mary, I always love to put a little text on there. Captain objection handle. That'll work. Put the two in the chat. You can see my screen. Handling objections. Okay? Alright. And put a 4 in the chat if this has been a challenge for you. Getting people to come on. Put a 4 in the chat if that's been a challenge for you. You can present, you can invite, without you've seen the presentation, you have a challenge right here as far as closing the deal and getting them to sign up and grabbing a membership. Okay? Okay. That's a real honest people. Alright. Alright, so let's talk about that. Alright. So what's an objection? Alright. One thing we have to object to is expression or feeling express your feeling of disapproval or opposition, a reason for disagreement. Okay? Now, in network marketing terms, an objection is a buying question. People don't get it. If they don't want to do it, and most of the time they just say no. But an objection, they want to buy, but there's 1 or 2 things that stop me from buying. Okay? So an objection is not they're not saying no, they're saying I want to say yes, but here's what's stopping me. Here's the obstacle. I want to do it. Here's what's stopping me. I need your help to get it. And to be effective in handling objection, one must master the art. Art of persuasion and not the art of convincing. Alright. Some of you have challenges from an integrity standpoint because when a person comes up with an objection, you're thinking that I'm trying to convince them. Okay? Like I stated before, and it bears repeating, you and I are not in the convincing business. Okay? But some of you get the convincing and persuasion mixed up. They think what they're one and the same, and they are not. Nothing can be farther from the truth. Okay? What's the difference? Alright. Convincing. I want you guys to write this down. Convincing is getting them to do something. Getting my prospect to do something they don't want to do for my benefit. I can write that down. Convincing is getting my prospect to do something they don't want to do for my benefit. That's what convincing is. Okay? When you think about the used car salesman, you think about the snake oil salesman, the reason why people have a hatred for those individuals, because at the end of the day, it feels like they got taken. It feels like somebody because I didn't plan on spending, $800 a month for this deal. I didn't plan on spending $1,000 a month for this deal. So convincing, getting you to do something you don't want to do for my benefit. That's convincing. Here's what you and I are arguing. We are in the persuasion. What's the difference? Persuasion, helping you do something you already want to do for your benefit. I'm just helping you make a decision you already want to do, but it's for your benefit. It's a win-win-win scenario. Alright? That's what persuasion is. Once you understand the difference of the two, the fact that, basically you're telling me you want to buy, but here's your obstacle, here's what you got a problem with, and I'm simply sharing with you how to handle that, then my results will be better, and I feel good because it's a win-win-win scenario. Yes, that increased my bottom line. Yes, but they won as well. The best transition they determine is whether it's a win-win-win scenario. That's the best transition. Your personal integrity, if you have an issue, if you feel like I'm taking advantage of somebody, I'm not putting them in a position where they need me. The reason why I'm mastering the art of persuasion, and I encourage you to do the same, because persuasion is getting them to do something they already want to do. You should already know the good. You've been on board for 6 months. You've been on board for a year. You've been on board for a couple of years. You've collected tens of thousands of dollars in gold and silver. You know you have your hands on something special. So I got something I want to give you. I want you to enjoy the same benefits I'm currently enjoying. Okay? That's why I'm mastering the art of persuasion, because I'm not trying to get you to something. I got something I want to give you. I know that if you get a membership in this company, it's going to be a blessing in your life like it is. Because here's the thing. Here's why I can share this with confidence and conviction. Because very rare, and here's something I want each and every one of you guys to know. Very rare in the network marketing space, you come across an opportunity. There's a win-win-win scenario. Most of the time it's win-win-lose or win-win-lose. Very rare you come across an opportunity like 7K Metro where everybody wins, nobody gets hurt. What do I mean by that? They just say a person will be a customer, and as much as 75 to 80% of people, they follow that category. They're buying the gold and silver. They're taking advantage of the savings program. They're stacking sale, whatever the case may be. Let's just say they sign up and that's all they do. And God forbid, something happens to 7K Metro a year from now, 2 years from now. We'll be 8 years old. November 5th, we'll start out at 8 years. So let's say God forbid, something happens to our company a year from now. That number, they're buying every single month. Showing up in their doorstep 2 to 3 days later. That person won. Okay? You say, I want to be a customer and I want to make some money. Part-time, maybe full-time. I'm on the corner of the money. According to the IRS tax code, something is considered ordinary and necessary. For you to build a business, it becomes a write-off. Okay? So if a person's on that corner of the month and they made a few hundred, a few $1,000 a year, not only do they have several $1,000s worth of assets at the end of the year, they have several $1,000s worth of write-offs, and they make money. They won. If you're like myself and hundreds of individuals, you're in Melinda's of the world. Not only have we been able to earn a 6-figure income in 7K Metro, we both been able to stack incredible amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gold and silver. And we got write-offs every single year on top of it. Everybody wins. That's why my dad is in the business. My mom is in the business. My wife, all of my children have their own membership. Everybody wins. Nobody gets hurt. That's why I'm mastering, and I encourage each and every one of you to master the art of persuasion. And persuasion is getting that person to do something they already want to do for their benefit. You're helping them make an intelligent business decision that you know they're going to win. They're not going to get hurt. If they just find gold and silver, I've never had a phone call after 1 year. Somebody got mad because I introduced myself in day. They can pull open a jewelry box and see $1,000 worth of gold and silver. I've never had that phone call. I will never get that phone call. I've never had somebody like Joseph Black that's been on board nearly 8 years, has hundreds of thousands of dollars in gold and silver. I've never had nobody call me after a few years and say, man, why did you introduce me? When they look at all the actions they were obtaining, the money they made, and the writers they get every single year. Okay? Everybody wins, nobody gets hurt. The most effective way to handle objections, I want you to write it down. This is a simple way until you can hone your skills and be better and know more about the business and things of that nature. A simple way to handle objections is write down 3 words. Feel, felt, found. Not going to get into an argument with you about it. Feel, felt, found. Okay? I know how you feel. I understand how you feel. Many people, when they were in the same situation you are, they felt the same way. Here's what I found. That's why it's important for me and you to learn stories of other people to live. Because their situation may not be necessarily yours. But it's good if you know other people's situation that they're applied to, so you can utilize it and handle an objection. So let's just say the person comes in, hey man, I would love to be able to do this, but I just don't have the money. And I say, you know what, John? I understand how you feel. And many people that when they first started their business, they didn't have the money, they felt the same way. Here's what they found. One of the ladies was past the steering ball. She was 72 years young. She got started. She didn't have the money, and she was getting ready to become a greeter at Walmart. Her husband had died, so security wasn't cutting. She was getting ready to be a greeter at Walmart. Here's what she found. She came to the conclusion that if she didn't find some kind of way to earn income, her situation was only going to get worse year after year. So she came in with the money, and now she makes more in 7K medals than her Social Security and her retirement combined. Feel, felt, found. Here's why we say feel, felt, found. The first thing you're doing is showing empathy for that situation. Hey, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't believe in it. Whatever the case may be. I understand how you feel. Many people that in your situation felt the same way. Here's what they found. Repeat the objection. I want to make sure Joe said, hey, Tony, I would love to get on board, man, but I think I got the money. No way, I understand how you feel. And many people, when they first took a look at the business, as far as the money problem, they felt the same way. Here's what they found. If they did not come up with a way to get started in the business so that they can create another stream of revenue, they recognize the fact that years from now, they will be in the same situation. 2 years from now, the situation probably going to get worse. So let me ask you this question. Do you think you can become creative enough to come up with a 269 so we can help you get started, so we can take care of that $400 purchase in many years to come? Okay? Feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. Many people is not. Let's just say you didn't have the money issue when you got started. But I know the story of Pastor Cheryl. I know the story of David Christ. I know the story of other people that had challenged with the money. They just saying, man, want the money, but they were time poor. I signed up for God the other day. You were saying, man, I know I would love to be able to do it, but right now, man, I'm putting in 80 hours a week in my business and stuff. And I just don't know why I got the time. And so I just say, you know what, Brett, I understand how you feel. And many people that were time poor like yourself, they felt the same way. But here's what they found. If I didn't find a way that I could buy some of my time back, I realized, I can't keep this up for the rest of my life. At 50 years old, 60 years old, much longer you think you can do that? So one of the major reasons why people get started in this type of business, because after 6 months, after a year, because they learn an income, because they build a team, they now can buy some of that time. So, Joe, I mean, how long do you want to wait before you help somebody get time? Let's go ahead and get started so I can show you, help you on the pathway, we can buy some time. Okay? Feel, feel, right? Okay, and I stated earlier, not in convincing business. First convincing is that we are on the same page. Alright? Alright, I'm going to stop sharing. We're going to open up the floor now for Q&A. Got any questions about what we talked about on lighting? Any questions about what we talked about on handling the objections? Recognize the fact you're not in the convincing business, I am in the persuasion business. Anybody got any questions?
Yeah, I wanted to jump in. I feel found. I love it, Tone. I mean, you always bring the jewels on this one. You bring the jewels. You know, pardon me, I'm over here in the room. Swelled up feet. But listen, you know, as you were saying that, it's so powerful because not only you understanding them, you know what I would love to add, if it's all right with you. You know, I tell them to, you know, get in and fit in. You know, we're not here to try to scam you, or that's not what we're doing. Get in when you fit in, and you know the company gives you that 30-day window. You know what I always tell them? I said, listen, obviously $5.99 is the way to go, right? But I understand where you are, wherever you are. Get in when you fit in, and you got 30 days to do the business, right? You know, because and then sometimes I'll be very candid with you. I said, how long have you had that problem? I'll ask them this. This is kind of tough. How long you been working? Oh, 20, 30 years. For 20, 30 years, you won't have $500. What does that say? You know, not to make you feel bad, but sometimes you gotta say, hey, listen, how long you been working? 20, 30 years. Exactly what you're saying, right, Tone? If I can show you a way to buy that time back or get that $500 emergency, you know, let me help you with this program, you know. So sometimes I hit them in the mouth, but really I'm very honest in the sense of I always tell them, get in where you fit in, company gives you 30 days, and let's get that launch for you. So we get you to where you need to be, you know, to make it worth your while. You know, so I'm with you, Tone. That was powerful. I love it. I love it, brother.
I see Mr. Harris and Bob Schuler, you're next after that. We will allow you to unmute. If you want to go ahead, the floor is yours.
Hi, Tony. So I'm at a restaurant, but can you hear me?
Yes, so much speaking to you.
Oh, it's Bart.
Okay, Mark. All right, go ahead. And Queen B, we'll come to you right after that.
Yeah, so I was just asking because, like, so many we have talked to want to come in at that $5.99. You see all the potential, but then you try to encourage them, just get in at $149, $269, and they still put you off and put you off. I can do it in 2 weeks. I can do it next month. I can do it. And it's like, come on, just come up with $149 and get your foot in the door.
And so you're having challenges to leave 11 to do 149, so they want.
Yeah, even just a full $149. Like, what's the big deal? It's $150.
Well, let me ask you this. Again, you never know what people's situation. And I'm always cognizant of, you know, because I've been, so, you know, it's not a good feeling when you see something and you're not in a position. So what I typically do on that, Barbara, is that I said, so again, I know you wouldn't want to come in at $5.99, you know. So, but like you just said, let's do this. I'm a firm believer that people get in where they fit. So, when do you think you can get started at the 149? So I get a firm commitment from them. I don't tell them let's go ahead and do that. I say, when do you think you can get started at 149? Okay. And then I let them give me a date, and then I'll follow back up at that time. So I don't just say, give me 2 weeks, you know, 2 weeks can be anything, 3 weeks can be anything. So what day do you think you'll be in a position to get started at 149? And so you know what? Give me till Monday, and we get started at 1:49. Okay, great. I'll give you a call back on Monday, and then let's get you started at 1:49, and let's put you on a game plan so we can help you earn enough money so you can upgrade to the 269 or the 500. So get a firm commitment as far as let's not talk weeks, let's talk about days. What day of the week? Monday, Tuesday, whatever the case may be. Because here's the reason why I get a firm commitment. I want to come across as pushing or whatever, but I want them to also understand I'm running a business, and so I'm looking to work with people that have integrity and character. That's why I say, what day of the week? I'm asking you. I'm not going to say, let's get started on Thursday. No, I'm looking to work with people that have integrity and character. So, what day of the week do you think you can come up with the 149? And let's get started. And then let's talk about a game plan. We can help you earn money so you can upgrade into 269 and 500. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Appreciate you. All right, Miss Queen B. That's I have. The floor is yours.
Hi, Tony. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you. I didn't have a question, but I want to let you know that I put a picture of the flyer for the event on Saturday, next Saturday coming up.
Okay.
And if you can remind everybody if they know anybody in Houston.
Okay. Put that, and hopefully some of you guys will duplicate what we're doing here. We've had a lot of success. We scheduled because we know we have our Zoom every Saturday from 12 to 2 Central. So at least twice a month now, and eventually the next 6 months we'll have it every Saturday. From like 4 to 6, we'll have an in-person meeting. We've had the most success we've had in this 20 years. We do a face-to-face down in the belly, and we've had a lot of success when we have them come out to a restaurant. So just today in a couple hours, we're going to be at Rudy's Barbecue in Cajun, Texas, and that information is still available. You can reach out to myself or whatever, and if you got somebody in the area who want to come out, and we're going to have everybody about at 4 o'clock. Get up by 8 at 4:30, we're going to start the presentation. Get up about 5:30, 6 o'clock, we're out. Okay? Everybody that's there, they get started and they'll walk out with soup. Okay? That's the way we run the business. And so, the following Saturday, so a week from today, so you'll have enough time to do that. At 3 o'clock, the correct range is 3 o'clock. We have everybody get there from right now.
Yes, they can back away.
Okay, and so from 3 to 5, next week, going to be at This Is It, which is a very famous southern, soul food place. And that is actually the original location in a movie several years ago. And it's known for one of the best soul food places in the Houston area. It's almost like near downtown. And we'll be there next Saturday from 3 to 5 doing that particular place. So feel free to, if you don't reach out to myself or any of the leaders, make sure you get a lot of that. Anyone else got any questions about inviting or kind of objections, whatever the case may be, here's the time to raise your hand or in the chat. We're talking about helping you to learn some skills so you can have the kind of success that most people want. Anybody else? Any of the leaders got anything they want to add? For yours, young lady?
I just wanted to add a final, when there are people who, we don't really need to play the convincing game with because they may not be our person. If you feel like you have to, defend what you're doing coming in, like if you don't keep in mind everything that Yuri just said about, letting people get in where they get in, if you don't keep in mind what Tony says about, we're not in a convincing business, and you're sitting there and you feel like you have to keep talking and defending yourself, those are not your people. Go to the next person. You may just want to put them in your pile to follow up later in the 30 to 60 to 90 days because you need that emotional and mental well-being for your next call. And taking from someone who goes through it on a daily basis, you want that mental health and stamina for your next call, because your next call may be the one that says, you know what, sign me up. Thank you, Tony, for letting me speak.
No problem. Anybody else? I see several leaders on here. I see Mr. Shan, I see Mr. Latin. Anybody else want to add anything before we wrap it up? Okay, Christopher, let me unmute you. Make sure everybody can hear and understand your question. Let me continue. Christopher. Okay. Should be able to unmute now, Chris.
Hey, I got a ton of contacts that I want to reach out to, but I haven't spoken to them in some of them over a year. Do you have any insight on how to break that ice and get that invite?
Sure, I understand. Let's just say somebody has spoken for 5 years, 10 years, or whatever, if you want to keep their interest, out of respect, call them and say, hey, Joe, I know we haven't talked in a while, and the reason I'm reaching out to you is a business call, but before I get to that, let's catch up. How you been? Okay? I let them know up front. I am calling you in regard to business. Before we jump on that, again, this is an exception to the norm, because it's somebody that talks to for 10 years. So you let them know, hey, Joe, I'm glad I called you. I'm getting ready to go out the door. I know we haven't spoken in 10 years. So, and the reason I'm calling it is a business call, but before I get into that, let's catch up. How you been? How's the family? How's the wife? How's the kids? Whatever the case may be. That makes sense? Chris, and you. Again, let them know, hey, again, I'm looking for people to have integrity and character. Okay, so I'm gonna let them know, hey, I'm calling you for business. I'm letting you know that up front. But before I get into that, let's catch up. Let's catch up. I mean, how's the wife doing? How are your children? You still got kids in college, whatever the case may be. And then I go back to that. But I let them know up front. Listen, I know we ain't talking. You know, as my native American brother said, in many moves. I know we ain't calling. So, but I am calling you regarding business, but before I get into that, let's catch up. And show a genuine concern about, don't just ask, let's not just going through the numbers. I mean, ask about, you know, the wife, kids, whatever the case may be. And then go on to your spiel. Okay? Anybody else? Questions, comments, attitude, takeaway? Follow your dream wherever they may lead, and don't be distracted by less worldly needs. Shelter it, nourish it, help it to grow. Let your heart hold it down deep where dreams go. Follow your dream and pursue it with haste. Life is too precious and too fleeting to waste. Be faithful, be loyal, and all your life through, the dream that you follow will keep coming true. Your mom would oftentimes say, let others lead small lives, not you. Let others cry over small hurts, not you. Let others lead their future in somebody else's hand, but not you. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap it up with this. At the end of the day, it's not how did he die, but how did he live. It's not what did he gain, but what did he give. These are the measures that measure the worth of a man or woman regardless of birth. It's not what was his station, but had he in heart, had she a heart, and then how did they play that God-given part. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a stone cold fact. Those of us in 17 Mothers, it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go out there and tell the world. Everyone have a great evening. God bless. Take care.